So you guys are looking over the stuff, and you hear a voice. Excuse me, those are my things.
What are they worth to you?
And stepping out of the shadows is a Gith. He is using a cane. He has one leg. The other is completely missing.
Please leave him the one boot then.
But the wrong foot. And he has he's holding the cane with one arm. The other arm attached to it is like a twisted piece of metal that is turned into a hole. Very crude. He looks very old.
My apologies, sir. And I give him the boots back.
He kind of looks at them and wipes them off and places them gently back into the chest.
Where are we? What is this place?
And he pokes at you with his cane and says, it's an obvious answer. The Astral Plane.
No, I mean, what is this room that you're living in, this pit?
My home.
Oh. If it hasn't been dispelled for everybody, I'm dispelling the invisibility, so
you can clearly see me right through it.
You could see that you were taking his boots.
I guess that's true.
So what leads you to living down here?
I'm forced to live down here.
Who forced?
I mean, what circumstance are you being forced to live down here? I mean, the other Gith are living on the surface above.
They serve the council.
And I take it you don't.
That is correct. You are quick.
Whom do you serve?
I used to serve the Lich Queen, but she has been since vanquished and left us. So I serve no one.
I could use a Gith. Would you like to serve me?
Fuck you.
Is that a no?
Foul-mouthed Yoda.
That's no way to talk to your new master. I'll teach you yet.
So, since you have no master, we might be looking for some information about how to get into the towers ahead. Is that something, some information you might have, and is there something you might be willing to trade for it?
You want to negotiate.
Exactly.
Fair enough. What is it you want?
What's the name of the tower?
Well, the minister is associated with the Conquest Spire, but
we want to get into the prison in the middle.
yeah, you believe that it's the old Lich Queen's.
So this guy should know then. So yeah, we want to get into the Lich Queen's old tunnels in the center that's being used as a prison. There's someone in there that we'd like to free.
Oh. Was it someone that the Lich Queen imprisoned? If so, they're long since dead.
I'm pretty sure this guy's still alive.
Recent acquisition.
Yeah, I don't think this was an enemy of the Lich Queen's. I think this might be an enemy of the council's.
I know my way around the Lich Queen's lair.
Can you get us there?
And he looks at the group and yeah, if you can survive.
Is this where we are now? Is this a place that we could actually rest up and get some of our strength back before we? Is this a safe place that we could rest for the night?
Considering the racket that I've heard, it's probably not.
Oh. Oh yeah, by the way, your attic is gone.
What do you mean?
I think that we were some sort of projectiles were launched at us that may have devastated your upstairs.
Yeah, that cold fish head you were saving up there is gone now. I mean, you might be able to fish it out of the rubble, I guess, but
Oh. It's pointless now.
Yeah, so actually, it might be in your interest to leave here as well. So maybe we can work together. It's a shame you don't have a more interesting accent.
No. I gave that up long ago.
All right. Well, if we think we're in danger, we should probably start moving. Is there some place between here and the prison that we might be able to secure ourselves and rest for a bit, or do you think that's not likely?
If the Gith believe that there are some sort of violators or enemies or intruders, they are not going to stop till they find them.
Okay. Yeah, then we should keep going.
And then, please show the way, slave.
What's your name, sir?
Slave number 1. Isn't it obvious?
first of many, right?
My name is Prince.
Prince, slave number 1. Whatever you wish. It's all the same.
I'm sure there's an interesting story around how you got that hook. Maybe you'd be happy to tell it to us while we walk. I'd love to hear it.
Yes, and then Thesley walks up next to him and says, I really would be interested to know what your diet is. You look in pretty rough shape.
Where the fuck you come from?
I've been here all along.
He was climbing down with Soul Wrench.
Searching through the droppings in the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had put down your tankard for 5 seconds, you would have noticed what was going on. And I was here the whole time. You would have been more observant to the incoming attacks that we've been having.
Hey, I've been doing all right. It's everybody else that's getting fucked up here.
I look over at him and I say, if you keep pushing Rothgar like this, there may be more incoming attacks your way. So I turn my attention back to Prince and I prod him to tell us the story.
As we walk.
As we walk, yeah.
Prince lets you know that he is a Gith veteran, that he has over 30 to 40 marches, which basically means marches to battle. Talks about that he lost his arm in one of the battles with the mind flare in the Astral Plane. He says that he lost. He says that he lost his leg in an attack by some orcs on the tradition spire, and he said that is the reason the orc attacks are the reason that the defenses are on high alert. And they've been that way for for you guys figure out for like 100 years.
I'm very respectful and nodding and supportive with each of his, oh wow, that's you're very brave, very, very well, like trying to pump him up a little bit as we walk.
Soul Wrench asks, what do the orcs want that they would attack the Gith?
How did they get to this plane? Oh my god, he made Hrothgar disappear.
He says that they come from some other world, and that the reports that they heard was there was some strange spinning top ship that landed. He believes that it's associated with the orcs.
What did he lose to a mind flare? Like I you kind of cut out when you were saying that over here.
He lost his arm.
Okay.
He also remarks that he's been to different worlds and stuff, and on different outposts that he has fought. And he was a follower of the Lich Queen, and when the Lich Queen abandoned him, and the soldiers here on the Astral Plane, he went underground because there was a purge when there was a civil war, and they killed a lot of the Gith Council killed a lot of his comrades, and he was unable to escape.
The mind flayer in the astral plane that he lost his hand to, could that have been Deathbringer?
Do you ask him that?
No, I'm metagaming.
Okay.
I don't think Shulwrench would have made that connection.
You could use an inspiration.
I don't want to use an inspiration for something so...
We're all paranoid about using our inspiration after that initial first 5 minutes of hell.
Yeah.
How many battles against the mind flayers have you fought?
Oh, numerous.
I'm curious if he's fought many battles against mind flayers. How is he addressing Moonflower? Does he do so like with clear hatred and prejudice, or is he kind of like meh?
Just kind of like some old man would address to some young punk.
Did you manage to kill many?
Only the ones that deserved it.
Is that all of them to you?
Yeah, you're quick. Yes.
This is
I
kind of
just
a
wanted to-
moment where Soul Wrench, if he had some popcorn, he'd be eating it, watching Moonflower interacting with this Gith.
Whereas I am so closer to Moonflower in case Moonflower tries to attack him. Our guide.
Tell me why I should tell you limb from limb.
Hold on, Moonflower. We need him to lead us through the prison.
Ah, that's why I asked you to tell me, because I all of a sudden forgot. So infuriating is the ego of these bastards.
You know, it's remarkably similar to yourself, actually. Say again?
Are you drinking again? I don't know of what you speak.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys go on for about an hour. He makes his way through these different tunnels. And then there's a large opening. It's like 30 feet high, 40 feet across. It's a couple inches of water. He says on the other side of the old burial grounds, where the Lich Queen used to reside, you want to be careful of the lizard folk down here because they've sort of taken over this area.
Do I get any sense of undead?
Yes.
Lots.
It's kind of it as you guys walk across this this water and approach to where he said the entrance is, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger.
So, thinking back to when we were in the original underground battle, was using my firebow triggering the blue response that we would get to using magic?
Basically everybody who used magic. So it wasn't really
Right,
just
but
you.
I'm saying, so does my firebow count as like? Was it also causing that reaction, or just spells?
Yeah, anything magical.
Okay.
So potentially even just unsheathing Bolshavath could lead Gith to our position. Or like, I mean, like our
Keep
to the
that thing in
extent
your arm,
of
man.
the aura of the magic and the items that we carry.
Yeah, everything magical appeared to have some glow about it. Your whole body is probably fucking
Yeah,
a
I
light-
mean, like my
a
very
lighthouse
essence,
to these people.
my very essence is magic. Like I'm an animated piece of armor, basically.
To some degree, it just depends on what it is that will, the more powerful, the more magical something is, the more of a signature that it will give off.
Okay. Looks like I'm taking out my rapier then.
And as you approach this cavern, this opening to where the Lich Queen was, he says, there's a lot of unsightly things down here that still roam, undead creatures.
Well, since you seem to be no friend of the council, you're welcome to come with us and piss them off a bit.
Yes, we could use fodder.
It may slow you up.
I'm sure we'd benefit from your experience, but if at any point you need to turn back, you know your way around.
Yes.
It's your call.
I could stay here and alert you if more of the Gith come.
Okay, fair enough.
What will the Gith do when they find you hiding in the statue?
Well, of course they will kill me just like they will kill you.
I'd like to see them try.
That makes two of us.
How will you alert us?
Can I attune him to my calling stone?
He said he doesn't need that. He will speak to you, and he says, and you hear, everyone hears in their minds, sort of like when Moonflower talks. I will alert you psychically.
All right.
It's a nice trick.
Thank you, Prince. We appreciate it.
I like this guy. Can we keep him?
Yeah, I wanted him to come along, but maybe we'll meet up with him again.
Maybe.
And Thesley says, something is talking in my head. I think I'm going to have to detox.
I'm a little afraid if he came with us that eventually Moonflower would try to eat his brain.
He's like a less freak-faced version of Moonflower.
Let's take a 5-minute break right here. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. All right, let's kill something.
Yeah, so orcs are attacking places, and
Well, we're about to enter into or pass by the burial grounds that's infested with lizardmen and undead.
Yeah, before you depart, Prince sends a message to you and says, "Be mindful of Alo Show. He exists down here in the caverns."
Who's
Do we know what that is?
I communicate back with him. Who is this Alo Show?
Since I assume my Moonflower's communicating telepathically with Prince,
Yes.
Soul Wrench is going to ignore that and say, "Are lizard men common on this plane?"
Not really experienced any. Well, I mean, we've experienced them in the Underdark, haven't we?
Yeah, you ran into a couple of them. Yeah.
They were raising all sorts on dead down there.
So you
But
guys,
Yeah. Don't know
Yeah,
about
but
this
I mean,
one.
in the astral plane, though.
That one I don't know.
Just as a player, not necessarily as Soul Wrench, because Soul Wrench doesn't know a whole lot about anything. But orcs and lizard men are not commonly associated with the astral plane, so it's a neat little switch up.
Alo Show is a mythical eel dragon that the Gith have captured and held captive for 1,000 years. Just in case you were wondering what we're going to enter in the next room.
Wait, a mythical eel dragon that's been what?
In captivity for 1,000 years in this cavern.
What's been keeping him captive?
I'm a little more curious about what. Well, that's curious about that, but also curious about what captured it originally, and if it's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, is it anchored here in some way, or is it or is there something that's just physically or otherwise forcing it to remain here? And how would you force something that's a mythical eel dragon? Usually mythical things are mythical because they're myths.
In my experience, mythical things are mythical because we haven't found them yet.
Yeah.
so you guys head into the next room. It is a long hallway, and on either side are large pieces of bone that sort of guide your way. And at the end of this long hallway you're walking, there's about 1 inch of water. It's very wet down here. There's a door that is halfway open, a wooden door that's covered with moss and mud and all kinds of stuff.
Maybe Moonflower should try the door. It might be sex moss.
Does the moss look appealing?
It's no sex grass.
I try to open the door.
Yeah, it's partially ajar. It doesn't take much for the door to just kind of creak open, and it's a large circular room, and there appear to be like faces in the wall. Like hundreds of faces all around this wall.
Like carvings or like heads?
Kind of like the imprint of a face. Like if you take their face and push against something, you can kind of see their eyes and nose and mouth.
Are there any other entrances or exits from this room, or just the door we came in?
Just the door you came in.
How big is this room? The circular room?
Probably about 40 feet across.
So, have we entered the temple of the many-faced god?
Maybe.
Definitely looks like it. Shoot. So I don't have any torches, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and cast light.
I might have a torch for you. Hold on. I have 10 torches. You want one?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
You almost sound disappointed, Sully.
I like my magic. The enemies do it.
I have a tinder box as well, so I can light it.
So, but we don't see any exit out of this room.
No.
I'm going to examine the faces.
Were there any other paths we could have taken, or was it like a straight line leading us here?
Yeah, straight line leading you there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Can I do an investigation check, seeing like what there may be, maybe within these faces, or if any of them are recognizable?
Sure.
13.
They're just humanoid faces.
I'm going to talk to one of the faces and see if it responds.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to say hello.
There's a pause and all the eyes open. And they're all watching you now.
Well, that's not creepy.
Yeah, instantly Volshovath flashes out of Soul Wrench. And he's on the ready.
And all in unison, the mouths open. Welcome to the temple.
That's what I do when they look at me.
So whose temple is this? I'll ask.
This is the temple of the Lich Queen.
Newsflash.
So, a bit vacant for a while then.
You guys looking for a new master?
We have but one master, the Lich Queen.
I take it you haven't seen her in a while.
That is a matter of perspective.
Well, do you know what the council's up to on the ground above?
We know that the council is in alliance with the Lich Queen.
The council purged everyone who was working for the Lich Queen.
And then there's murmuring between all the different voices. They are not in unison anymore. We are displeased by this information.
Well, just don't take it out on us.
On what authority do you have it?
We were talking to Prince, who formerly served the Lich Queen. He's been chased underground living down here. He witnessed them purging all the rest of the people who were loyal to the Lich Queen.
So Soul Wrench is beginning to get impatient. And he says something to the effect of, look, we're not here for business between the council and the Lich Queen. We could care less about that. We're here to get to the Lich Queen's former lair. Now let us pass.
Well, there's murmuring.
I will add, we're actually working against the interests of the council. So in that sense, while we're not ourselves servants of the Lich Queen, our goals are not unaligned with hers. So yeah, we are trying to get into her former lair, her former tower, because they're the council is holding a prisoner there we would like to free.
This is all new information to us.
Should get out more.
Then Thesley chimes up and he's like, so what kind of eating habits do you have?
Jesus.
So, Wrench, your father really made this guy very interested in what people are eating.
What they consume, and what they expel.
This guy like his nurse or something?
Or his dietitian.
Maybe it'll be helpful. Carl did look a bit scrawny the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
So what say you, Guardian Faces? Will you let us pass?
Do you have any other information that we would find useful?
I mean, we gave you a bunch there to digest. I'm not sure what other information you're looking for.
I don't see what it matters. Do you get out much? Because kind of seems like you've just been sitting down here for a while, not being of any use to anybody.
We would like to probe one of your minds to get the information that that you speak of. Maybe this will help us.
It's a bit personal.
Is there any danger?
To us, no.
To the person's mind you're going to be probing.
Soul Wrench says, why would any of us willingly submit to such a thing?
Because you seek answers, we also seek answers too.
I would suggest either myself, since my intelligence is so low, or Rothgar, since he's basically already pickled permanently. Might insulate him from whatever they're doing.
Still a trap.
I would suggest myself, except for the fact that if something goes wrong, I'm probably the most likely to be able to cure one of his.
Right,
Yeah,
that's why I didn't want
I
to
don't-
damage anybody who needed their intelligence.
I don't see any reason to trust these things that they're looking just to get a look-see.
Yeah.
Submitting to creatures like this, there's no telling what other things they may be doing within your mind.
I'm
Well,
happy to do it.
We can always go back.
Well, I'm going to guess that this is a place that has been hidden from the Gith. Otherwise, they would have looked for this place. And if it's hidden, then perhaps magic would not be drawing the Gith here. In other words, and then Soul Wrench gets his cannons glowing and says, what reason do we have not to just destroy this place and then go back and find a new route?
Or perhaps there's not been any magic down here, so they didn't know it existed. And now, once you fire those things, it'll draw everything here.
What more sign of magic than faces speaking in walls?
Maybe that's just them. Don't judge.
Either way, I'm willing to bet that they would prefer the Gith not come down here. And if they're not going to let us pass, I don't see a reason why we should.
I'm happy to let them peek around my mind, Soul Wrench.
Then
Fair enough.
you're a fool.
Maybe.
Is the ground
I'm
here
gonna cast
also water,
guidance.
or
Is the ground what?
is the ground here also water?
Yeah.
Do the faces react at all to what Soul Wrench is saying?
Their eyes focus on you as you speak, yes. Is that what you're gonna do, Theria?
Yeah, although I'm going to cast guidance on myself first. I don't care. It's a cantrip, so it shouldn't trigger that much of a blue flash. But it'll give me an assist if I have to pass any checks.
Okay.
And I'm going to meditate. I'm going to go into my elvish meditation state. Like a rest.
All right.
Or what do I need to do?
Just give me a wisdom roll.
All right. I got a 14, but I'm going to use my guidance to add to that. 16.
Okay. You can feel like numbness come over your body, and you can see all the eyes are now glowing and transfixed on Theria. The whole room gets very dark except for these just eyes just glowing. And there's no noise or anything, and then you can hear all of them at unison say, "Ooh, that looks like that hurt." And then
They just saw the fireball, the exploding bow.
I think they saw man make me explode.
I like to imagine my eyes are glowing in here too.
Yeah, that's true. So they make different reactions, and then you hear one of them say, like, just one speak, say, "I wouldn't have thought that he was her type." and then it ends, and then
Do I sense anything from them as this is happening, or no?
No.
Okay.
We will assist you now. Thank you. We have gained much knowledge from this interaction.
Can I ask what was the specific piece of information you were looking for? Or?
We were unaware of what has happened recently.
Okay.
Recent in your time.
Understood. Well, thank you for helping us.
Glad to be of service. That at this point, the floor vanishes and you all fall.
Fucking Theria!
Well, this is a good thing. Just catch us.
Yeah, I use my wings to kind of glide down.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Fall.
All of you start to fall, and then you float. Start beginning like feather fall. You float to the ground, to the bottom.
Oh.
I do the superhero land with 3-point.
Can I like see the bottom?
Yeah, it's not far. It's
Okay.
like a 40-foot drop.
All right, that's acceptable.
Yeah, right. We're all relaxing and gently floating down, and Rothgar's flipping out.
Ah!
Get me on the ground. So what's at the bottom of the pit?
It's like an inch of water, just mud, just a big room. A door lights up.
What color is the light?
It's just a white light. It's the room is fairly dark, except for this door is now lit up.
Let's go through the door.
All right.
I'll go through the door.
Okay. The door opens up. There are stairs that lead down, like in a round. They kind of twist down, downward.
All right. Keep walking. Unless anybody doesn't want us to go this way.
I'll follow not too far behind you, Theria.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Sure, we're all going.
Okay. So these are stone steps. It's very damp down here. A lot of moisture in the air. As you're walking down, you can see eyes in the darkness watching you.
Are these related to the eyes that we saw earlier? Like, do I recognize them?
Yeah, no, these are not. These are some other creature's eyes.
Oh, not like part of the wall.
Like how far out?
Like 60 or 70 feet away.
With my
So-
devil's sight, do I see anything other than their eyes?
You can kind of make out the form. They're kind of like some kind of lizard creature.
Here we go.
I too have the double sight.
Well, that's right.
Well, I
And
have
you
a
can,
torch. Glowing
I have light.
So I'm pretty sure they know we're here.
so you get to the bottom. It is a large pool area. So it's like a walkway that goes around this huge pool. It's real murky water. And a head rises up out of the water. It is a large eel head.
Nice.
Wasn't lying.
Yes. This must be this mysterious creature. Mythical.
I bow my head forward and I say, "Great creature, we are not here to fight or disturb you."
Do you actually believe what you're saying?
I'm not here to kill the
Whereas when Theria says it, I look at Soul Wrench to see what Soul Wrench is going to do.
As far as I know, we're just here to get our friend out, right? I don't want to kill anything unless I need.
No, I would only be. I mean, I do. Volshovath is still out, but just at the ready, not aggressive. I'd rather not fight a giant eel monster if I didn't need to.
I fully believe what I'm saying.
Okay, it's sort of gets real close to you. You can feel the hot breath in your face as it kind of looks over and looks at you, and then it steps back. Why have you come here?
We're looking for our friend. We heard that the council may have thrown him in here as a prisoner.
Is your friend Gith?
I don't actually know the answer to that question. What is this guy?
He's my maker.
He's
and
a traveler.
I have
So he
many
looks like-
questions for him.
He looks like a human.
Looks like Steve.
A gaunt humanoid, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Well, that is the form that he took last that we know of.
He was quite scrawny for being held prisoner for so long.
You speak of a great being. Why is this creature still here? Can't he just remove himself?
Well, apparently not. They have some way of binding him that was used on him previously. Because when we first met him, he was also a prisoner.
I think you're a very wise creature, and I've had my own doubts that he may be able to just remove himself as well. But I think in order for us to find him, I think he wants us to find him. This may just be part of his enjoyment, making us find him.
You are a very wise elf. Are you betrothed to anyone?
Just married to my mission.
I would take that as a no.
What about the old Fey Lord back at home?
He stops and looks at you, Rothgar. What is this you speak of?
Oh, there's a fancy dressed Fate Lord
He's a suitor.
taking a shine to the fair lady.
There's also a
I
statue.
chuckle at that.
Yeah, there's also a statue somewhere.
A statue? What do you speak of?
He's formerly a great adventurer from our world, but somebody turned him to stone. But he's still out there. Presumably, he can be turned back at any moment.
His eyes kind of like roll back in his head, and you speak of Mantro.
Yeah, that's exactly him.
He is
Pretty
now
well
in
educated.
possession of Asmodeus.
This is amusing to me, but
Well, he also had kind of a thing for Theria here.
got your work cut out for you, man.
Yes, I do.
Have you seen this creature in your lair, or somewhere in these parts?
I recall a creature such as this, brought here by a minister. Do you want him back?
Absolutely. Is that something you can help us with?
I can do such things.
You're very powerful.
I must prove yourself to me first.
Fair enough.
At least your friends.
What do you mean?
There are these creatures here. If you could vanquish them.
Tell us about them.
And this will bring us to Carl.
I will present you with this creature.
And how can we trust you?
You are no place to bargain.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can vanquish whatever creature it is you need vanquishing. Just take a couple minutes out of our day to do it.
Elf Tyria, do you wish to fight this creature? I can.
Absolutely. If it will prove our worth to you, then
You have already proven your worth. It's the others I worry about.
we're a band of one at this point. So if they fight, I fight with them. What is your name, great creature?
So, this is a package deal. And he goes below the surface.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is Alo show. I'm hoping there's not two giant ill creatures down here.
So I look at the others and say, I'm fine with spilling blood, clearly, but I am not a mercenary.
Well, how badly do you want to meet your father? Or save your father?
Maker.
The father maker.
I just don't know if we need to rely on this creature in order to find Carl.
The guy seems very well connected.
He apparently knows what statuary Asmodeus has, so yeah, he's getting around.
Wasn't Mantro was the guy that got petrified by the Medusas and the Rakshasa back in the desert?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was a while ago.
It's good times.
Hey guys, I'm fading, so I'm gonna have to drop. I'm passing.
No problem. We want to pick it up here next week. We can.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Well,
All right.
thank you all for playing.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Awesome. See you next week.
All right.
There you go.
We got 2 visible members now.
Wow, this is a family show.
Yeah.
And for my next trick, and then I cast plant growth on it so that it overgrows to fill the hole in with sex grass, so that it will be harder, if not impossible, for something to come down the hole above us.
Definitely harder.